Good evening, students. This is M. Murali Krishna, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department, Chebrolu Engineering College. Today, I am explaining about functions of computer-aided manufacturing in computer-aided manufacturing system. So, in manufacturing system, we are using different types of functions. So, we can see. So, these are the two different manufacturing functions are involved in the computer aided manufacturing system. So the function of computer aided manufacturing system is included two huge categories. It is a manufacturing planning and manufacturing control. So these are the two important functions in the manufacturing system. One is planning and control. One is planning and second one is control. So these are the two different main important things in the computer aided manufacturing system. In manufacturing planning, it is also a sub types is involved in that, you can see. So it is the manufacturing planning. So what is manufacturing planning? It is, so during this process the computer is used in offline to deliver required information for providing effective production planning and management. So during this process the computer is involved in the making of planning. So it is automated. So the computer is involved in the manufacturing planning. So if we release any product, the planning is very important. If we design any product, the planning is most important. If we ready any building or any construction process or any other mechanical equipments, like we will design any another machine components, the most important is planning. We will plan first, and after the completion of planning we will execute the manufacturing of that product. So we can see there is a different types of manufacturing, different steps involved in the manufacturing planning. So this production planning and management, it should includes at a computer aided process planning, CAPP. It is a computer aided process planning. What is the process planning? Which type of process should be maintained, what type of process we are maintaining in the manufacturing. And computerized machinability data system, what is the which type of computers should be used, and what type of machine should be used, and what type of data should be analyzed in the manufacturing procedure. And computer assisted NC part programming. So in CNC machines or DNC machines, how we make the part programming, how we write the part programming, what is part programming, why it should be write the part programming in CNC machines and DNC machines. So it is a computer assisted NC part programming. And development of work standards, how we develop our work standards. In olden days what is our work standards, in nowadays what is our work standards, how we should develop the work standards. And estimation of cost, what is the cost estimation, this is the most important thing in the manufacturing planning. So we release any product, any component in environment, so the estimation of cost should be very important. And the production and inventory planning. So production and inventory planning, this is the goods and services, storage facility, that is the cost facility, customer requirement to customer planning, and those are the most important. It is production and inventory planning. And computer aided line balancing. So computer aided line balancing, it is how we should maintain all production equipments, all manufacturing equipments, how we maintain the process of manufacturing, how we maintain the how we balance the production, how we balance the components and products of our manufacturing industry. So that is these are the different steps involved in the manufacturing planning. So firstly we can see computer aided process planning. So we can see what is computer aided process planning. So you can see the computer aided process planning, it is design and process planning. It should includes at manufacturing, design and manufacturing. So these are the two most important things in the computer aided process planning. In computer aided process planning is firstly we can first we can design our product in customer requirement, what we are getting, what are the specifications are getting, what are the qualities are requiring, what are the cost basis are requiring. So these are taking from the customer's requirement. We will design the product. First we will design the product and we should maintain some particular qualities or procedures or materials. These type of design should be done. After the completion of design, we will go through the manufacturing. So the after the completion of design, it should be executed to manufacturing. Means the design should be completed in only computer. It should not it should be completed manually also, and it should complete computer. After the completion of this design, we are giving the manufacturing department. So in that manufacturing department, he is taking the raw material, and he should manually or computerized to make the products at final output of the customer satisfaction. So that is the computer aided process planning. So these are the two things, design and manufacturing is the two main things in the computer aided process planning. So firstly, what is process planning? So the process planning is concerned with determining the sequence of individual manufacturing operations needed to produce a given part or product. So individual manufacturing operations. So in the customer requirement, the process planning is very important. For what type of if we are taking customer requirements, what are the process planning we are maintaining, what are the specifications we are maintaining, what are the qualities we are maintaining, what which type of material should be maintaining, cost analysis is maintaining. So these are the different things in the process planning. So in that process planning, these steps we are taking to design our product. So to design the product, after completion of this product, we are giving the manufacturing process. So this manufacturing process, the individual manufacturing operations needed to produce a given part of product. So there is in previous classes we are also discussing different types of manufacturing processes. It is different types of manufacturing process. It should include a batch production, job production, mass or flow production, continuous production. It's a process of production. These type of productions we are taking, this type of manufacturing we are taking to produce a parts. So in that particular object, we are taking one product. It should be manufacturing at one operator or one operation in one machine also. So the resulting operation sequence is documented on a form referred to as a route sheet. So we are taking one route sheet, how it should be manufactured, how it should be designed, what are the different steps to move on that product. So these are the different steps to take to complete a product. So that is called a route sheet. So the resulting operation sequence of documentation is prepared to complete our product is called a route sheet. So the route sheet is a listing of the production operations and associated machine tools for a worked part or assembly. So after the completion of manufacturing procedure, after the completion of final product, we are taking one document on that product. So in that document, we are placing the design of that product, what are the different types of tools you are using, what are the different types of operations we are maintaining, and what are the different steps to be done on that product. So these are all taking the documentation in that product. So that is the route sheet of the product. So this is a flowchart of the computer aided process planning model. So in that flowchart you can see the CAD system, means we are designing a CAD systems or CAD software. So we have so many different softwares, AutoCAD, SolidWorks, CATIA, ProE, UZ. So these are the so many different operations we can design in the products. So that is the CAD system. And data preparation. So what we are requiring, what is the specifications of that product, what are the materials of that product, what are the cost analysis of the product. So these are all data preparation. And it should give the input. So the input means so after the completion of design we are giving to the manufacturing department. So in that department we are giving the design, so it means inputs are giving the manufacturing department. So that is the computer aided process planning. It should be knowledge and planning rules and output. So after the completion of design, so the manufacturing process, it should be what we are ready to first at the product. So it is a assembled component, what we ready the first component, what we manufacture the first component. That is the process planning, and the process planning chart is taking to ready the parts, and it should have a knowledge and a planning rules. So these type of knowledge and planning rules we are maintaining to complete a product. So output we are getting in that a post processor and production planning and scheduling. So after the completion of final products, the production planning and scheduling. So these are the required production planning and scheduling is most important in the computer aided process planning. So this is the flow chart of the computer aided process planning. So and the second one is the machinability data systems. So in that computerized machinability, so computerized machinability means so the machines are run with automated, so the machines are running with computers. So in olden days the machines are only runs with manually. So the mans are runs the machines in manual operation only. So in nowadays we are using the computerized machines, automatic machines. So we decrease the manual work and to increase our production. So that is the computerized machinability data system. So the machinability data systems are based on two types. So in that machinability data system there are two types of machinability data systems. So it is mathematical modeling based on the empirical derived equations that fit a range of experimental data, and the database systems that enable the machinability data occurred from a large database. So in that computerized machinable machines are run with mathematical empirical formulas or mathematical equations or database systems. By database systems means coding. The machines are run with coding or mathematical empirical equations. So this is the machinability data systems. So the computer machinability data systems means so it is a mathematical, it runs with mathematical empirical equations or database means coding systems. So that is the machinability data system. So these are the mathematical modeling represent machinability. So you can see the function how it should be run the machine. So we are taking one mechanical machine, how it should be moved. Suppose we are taking one vertical milling machine, suppose we are taking one CNC machine. So how it should be runs, how it should making a part, complete part. So these are the different functions we are using to make a complete part in that CNC machine. So you can see y is equal to f of x1 comma x2 comma x3 comma x4. So this is the function of it is running a tool and moving a tool. So how the tool should be moved on that workpiece, the workpiece how it should be maintained, how much amount of depth should be cut on that workpiece. So these are the different functions and mathematical empirical equations are using to complete a product on the computerized machines. So and the second one is database systems. In this database systems we are using the programming and coding operations. So it is database systems have input. So input means machinability process program, how it should be running on that program, how it should how should the tool moves on the workpiece. So that is the machinability processing program, mathematical model to evaluate feed rates and speed, how amount of speed should be requiring on that cutting tool, how amount of how much amount of feed getting on that workpiece. So that is the database system. So it is a material life, tool life, machine file. So those are all machinable database systems. So methods of NC part programming. So this is the third one, methods of NC part programming. So if NC part programming is we are taking CNC machines, computerized numerical control machines. So in that machines the manual work is very less. Only one thing is the manual work is to write a program on that CNC machine. So in that CNC machine to write a program on that computer. So the manual part programming is computer assisted part programming. So in that computer we will write a program how what we are requiring from the customer, how what type of product we will design, what type of product we should produce in the customer requirement. So that type of product we are taking, and that type of specification, the type of product specifications we are taking to write a computerized part programming on that computer CNC machine. So that is the NC part programming, means it's a manual data input. So in the CNC machine computerized part programming means manually we are entering the program. So the program is not automatically entered. So if we are taking one product, the program should be write only manually. So it should not any automatical data. So we will write a data in manually. After the completion of data input, so it should be stored at memory. It should be stored in the CNC memory. So that is in some other days, in after so many few days after we are taking same product, so after we are getting the data on that CNC machine, we are taking that same type of program, we will run automatically on that product. So the NC programming using CAD CAM. So the NC programming means it is using CAD CAM. CAD CAM is computer aided design and computer aided manufacturing process. It is used to make a part programming on that CNC machine. So the computer automated part programming. So it is the computer automated part programming. So the computer assisted part programming means the programmer prepares this set of processing instructions in a high level computer language. So it is a coding level, M codes and G codes are available. So by using the M codes and G codes, we will write a program on that CNC machine. So that is the computer language. For complex jobs, this computer language is much easier to use the lower level coding required in manual part programming. So we know about the language of computer language, that is the coding. We will manually enter on that computer. So the high level language commands are interpreted by the computer, and the required calculations and data processing are accomplished by preparing NC programming by tape reader. So high level language should commands are, so high level language should read the tape reader. So in that CNC machine, a tape reader is fixed on that CNC machine. It should be read the high level language commands. It should read and to deliver it should be delivered and it should be changed into input to output. So that is the to read the language, it is a tape reader. So that is the computer assisted part programming. So you can see this is the CNC machine NC part programming, how it should the panel of the NC part programming. So it is the computer part programming, how it should be entered on, how it should be write a program. You can see the screen and you can see the buttons and you can see the stop button, off button. So this is the computerized panel in the CNC machine. So this is the tape reader, punch tape. Punch tape means it is also called as a tape reader. It should read the high level language. We are entering the high level language, so it should be read. And why it should be used, the tape readers are why we are using the tape readers. It is to read the part programming. We are entering the part programming on that computer, so it should read and to deliver the um, mechanical equipments. So the electrical energy and the signals of energy is converted into a mechanical energy, means so we are entering manually on the part programming, it should read. So the tape reader, what's the work of tape reader? It is to read the coding, to read the part programming and to deliver a mechanical equipments. So it should to deliver the mechanical work in that CNC machine. So that is the work of the tape reader. So it is a detailed and parts of the tape reader. So data row, direction of tape movement, channel, sprocket holes, channels. So the holes are channels, data rows. So these are all data saving in the punched tapes. And next one, standard work. What is the standard work? So in that product we are maintaining standards, so working on standards to produce correct and constituent results. So we are taking one product in the customer requirement, we should maintain correct specifications and quality and cost benefits. So these are the standard works. So represents the best sequence and most efficient methods to perform a process, a way of to achieve the highest possible degree of consistency in the any process. So the standard work means we are maintaining correct specifications of that product, quality of that product, material of that product. So those are the different standards in the products. So you can see what's the purpose of standard work means, the highest quality, best service, lowest cost possibility. So these are the highest quality, we are maintaining the highest quality of that product and best services of that product and lowest cost possibility. So in that product we can make a lowest cost possibility, that is the standard work. So you can see it is the one important elements of lean thinking. So the lean thinking means in the standard work how it should maintain the standard work. So those are the different thinking of methods. It is essential for lean to succeed. It is however one of the least used in lean techniques. So these are the different types of techniques and different types of formulas, how it should develop the standard work, what are the different ideas we are taking to develop the standard works. So it is the standard work. And cost estimating purpose. So in customer requirement, customer purpose, cost is the most important thing in the manufacturing of objects. So the purpose of cost estimating, the purpose of cost estimating is to find the cost of manufacturing operations and to assist in setting the price of that product. So we are calculating our raw material to complete a final product of the object. We are getting a one particular line of action to get a price on that product. So we are taking what's the cost of raw material, what is the manufacturing cost and what is the production cost, all we are taking and get calculate to give a cost of that products. So that is the cost estimating purpose. So the cost estimating may be defined as the process of determining probable cost of the product before the start of manufacturing. If we start a manufacturing, how much amount of material we are requiring, how much amount of operators we are requiring, what type of machines we are getting, what type of productions, what type of operations to be done on the production. So these are all we are calculating and to complete a product and to give the cost of the manufacturing object. So what are the importance of cost estimating? In the cost estimating process, so we have a important points. So it is only accurate estimating can enable fine leaders to make a vital decision such as manufacturing, selling policies. In that job is overestimated, job is underestimated. So in that selling price, what are the customer requirement, we are releasing one product on the environment, what is our demand on that product. So we are taking on the cost estimating process. So what are the components of job estimation? So the job estimation is, so if we complete a product, so we are taking one job from the customer. So what are the components? So that is the design cost, drafting cost, R&D cost, material cost, labor cost, inspection cost, cost of tools, overhead cost. So these are all we are maintaining and to pay the employees and industrial persons. So we are calculating all these things. After finally we are giving a cost on that product. So these are all we are maintaining to give a price on that product. So that is the job estimation of the cost of the manufacturing process in the product releasing. So inventory planning. So the inventory planning means the process is determining optimal quantity and timing of inventory, purpose of aligning with sales and production. So in that sales and production, how much amount of sales we are getting in the environment, what type of production we are doing, what how much amount of production capacity we are maintaining. So that is the inventory planning. So in the inventory planning, so those are all objectives. Customer satisfaction. So the main important is customer satisfaction. We are taking the customer satisfaction, we will release the products. And forecasting needs. So what type of forecasting needs, what type of materials we are need, and controlling the cost. So we will decrease the cost of that product and successful storage of the completion of the product. So these are the objectives of inventory planning. So you can see in one industry there is a storage facility. So in that storage facility we can store the after final completion of products to be stored on that industry. So it is a manual assembly lines. In olden days we are using the manual assembly lines. In nowadays we are using computerized assembly lines. So the computerized assembly lines means it should be automated lines, automated chain systems are there, belt systems are there. So many assembly lines are using in the manufacturing industries. So this is the assembly line, this is the manual assembly line, assembly manufacturing, assembly manufacturing at step 1, step 2, step 3. These are the different stages, and work should be completed one first stage, and after the completion of first stage it is move on to the second stage, and after the completion of second stage it should move on to the third stage. So these are the different stages and steps involved in the computerized assembly line systems or manual assembly line systems. So and the second one is so we are seeing about the manufacturing planning. So those are all things are manufacturing planning. So how we should control the manufacturing, how we should control the manufacturing, and how we plan the and to succeed the manufacturing on that complete production. So the manufacturing control is the computer system application that is used to manage and controlling the physical operations it includes. So it is the to control the manufacturing. So it should overcome the manufacturing means if we release one product on that manufacturing, but the product should be failed in the environment. So the demand of the product is very decreased. So if we are not getting in that idea, but we are releasing the products in huge amount and we are maintaining very high amount of stock, so we lost the product and we lost the cost. A high amount of cost should be getting. So we should taking the so many difficulties on that manufacturing control. So we should not control the manufacturing, we are getting the so many losses occurred. So you can see the process monitoring and control. So these are the in manufacturing control, these are the different steps involved in that. So process monitoring and control, shop floor control, quality control, inventory control, just in time production. So these are all things we are controlling manufacturing. So customer is giving what he is requiring. So in that customer requirement, suppose 70% of quality is requiring, but we are maintaining a 90% of quality we are requiring, we are lost our profit. So these type of steps to be involved to make the product on that manufacturing. So first one is process monitoring and control. So how process monitoring and control means, with the observation and regulation of production equipment and manufacturing process. So how should be the manufacturing in running, what type of machinery we are using, what type of materials we are using. So those are all process monitoring and control. How it should, type of productions we are using, how much amount of productions we are getting. So this is the process monitoring and control. And shop floor control. So the shop floor control, it is defined as the utilization data as well as the data processing files, to maintain and communicate the information on shop orders and work centers. So in the shop floor control, in that environment, customer requiring only 100 products or 1000 products, what he is requiring, we will done with that requiring. We are getting a huge amount of requirement, but he is asking only 100 parts, but we are getting 200 parts. So the 100 parts are wasted in that. So suppose it is failed in that product on that environment, so the 100 parts should be losses. So we are getting loss on that product. So this type of shop floor control we are maintaining on the manufacturing control. So what are the functions of shop floor control? So these are the different functions of shop floor control: scheduling, dispatching, follow up, providing output data, providing efficiency. So these are the different functions involved in the shop floor control. Follow up, if we are releasing a product, it should follow what's the quality of that product, and if we release our environment, what is the demand on that product. So we are getting on that one idea of that product, we are getting a profit, or we are increase our production. So that is the functions of the shop floor control. And quality, so the quality is very important. What the customer requirement, or what he is getting, the quality is very important. So the quality refers to the sum of the attributes or properties that describe a product. So these are generally expressed in terms of specific product characteristics such as length, width, color, specific gravity, and his like. So what he is requiring, the customer requiring this type of color, this type of material, this type of cost, this type of width, and this type of length. So he is requiring some specification. So those specifications are we are using on that product. So this is the quality maintaining. So quality is a blend of, it is a fitness of functioning and reliability. It should be design and manufacturing characteristics tailored to meet customers requirement during service. So the quality is maintaining in the design, also quality maintaining, and manufacturing also quality maintaining. So we will design a product in that manufacturing, we will design a part in that manufacturing, how amount of quality should be given in the design. So the manufacturing is also that type of quality should be occurred in that manufacturing. So that is the quality of that product. So how the quality should be controlled? So the quality control means, if the customer requirement 80% of quality is getting, but we are giving 90% or 95% and quality is giving, so we lost the profit. So that is the quality control. So the quality development, quality management system, it is design and manufacturing for achieving the twin objectives. So that is the quality control. Need for quality, it is increased production, we are maintaining the correct quality. So what is the uses on that? Increased productivity, reduced cost of repairs, increases loyal customer base, better profits. So we are these are the uses and advantages of the company is need for quality. So this is the introduction of the need for quality. So these are the manufacturing process of the process control manufacturing process and manufacturing control on the computer aided manufacturing system. Thank you guys.